Costume designers are rarely recognized for their genius, but they really should be, and today's genius is Jill Taylor and her work on the movie Me Before You, directed by Thea Sharrock. This movie is based on a 2012 book by the same name written by Jojo Moyes. The story follows Louisa Clark, nicknamed Lou, a cheerful young woman who lives with her working-class family in a small town with few opportunities. After losing her cafe job, she becomes a caregiver for Will Traynor, a wealthy man left quadriplegic after an accident. At first, Will is bitter and withdrawn, but as Lou and Will grow close, they inspire each other to see life differently. Lou is portrayed as someone who loves fashion, with a wardrobe that reflects her quirky personality and vibrant outlook on life. While the film represents her distinctive style primarily as an expression of who she is, the novel provides additional context. In the book, Lou deliberately dresses in an unconventional way to make herself less appealing to men following a traumatic experience. This adds another layer of meaning to her clothing choices. At the beginning of the film, we see Lou dressed in unconventional, colorful outfits. They're over the top, and it's almost as if she's worn everything she loves all at once without restraint or knowledge of proportion. At the job center, we see her in a fuzzy sweater with pink accents with accessories to match. She also sports a pink necktie and the matching hair ties. When talking about Lou's costuming, Taylor said, quote, "Lou wanted to study fashion, and with that there's an inherent love of clothes. We sort of made her a collector of clothes, with some pieces that were like pieces of art to her. We found odd, quirky, or colorful pieces everywhere. We introduced a few things from our own wardrobes too. Emilia wears these dungarees with 3 ducks across the chest. They were mine in the 1980s. For the caretaking job interview, we see Lou's attempt at being professional. Patterns and excess still shine through as she sports a black and white check jacket with a large ruffled bow in the center and her hair in a large bun. Lou's wardrobe is completely oversaturated, while Will's is more muted, showing his emotional withdrawal. His color palette also complements the subdued aesthetic of his home and family. This visual contrast establishes the clash between their worlds. Initially, Lou's bold use of color and pattern can feel almost excessive, encouraging the audience to share Will's perspective as he experiences her exuberance as overwhelming. As the story progresses, however, what first started off as really excessive then starts to be understood as a sense of warmth and individuality and hope, mirroring Will's changing perspective of Lou. Some of Lou's eclectic accessories were written into the script, like Lou's leprechaun shoes. When asked about these shoes, Taylor said, quote, "By accident, we were in a shop and I found these amazing shoes by irregular choice, and I just thought, oh my god, that's Lou." They suddenly became the basis of her wardrobe of shoes. These costumes also inspire a significant moment of openness between Will and Lou. As Will begins asking Lou about her eclectic taste and sense of style, the conversation naturally shifts to her aspirations and dreams, marking an important step in the development of their relationship. And their relationship goes further as she's the +1 for a wedding that he attends, and it's one of the few dresses that's actually particularly made for the film, with a silhouette that's very similar to the momentous red dress when she goes to the symphony, with a line from Will that reads, "I just want to be a man that went to a concert with a girl in a red dress." In this moment, the intimacy between them has clearly deepened and their worlds begin to merge. Looking back at this costume moment, Taylor shares, quote, "He's taking her to a concert, which is not her world at all, so she wants to look the part. That's how the red dress came about. It's based on a 1950s prom dress. It's her trying to conform to Will's world." I like that the dress looks like it's coming from the 50s. Lou definitely seems like someone that would be interested in historical fashion, historical dressing. And towards the end of the film, when they go on holiday, you can see that Lou's accessories and hair have become less over the top. And I see this as Lou kind of stepping in a little bit more into Will's world and Will's perspective. However, the most significant moment occurs when Will gifts Lou the striped B tights. Now, this is a callback to earlier in the film, when Lou tells Will about the glittery wellies and the bubble B tights that she was gifted as a child, items that she had since outgrown and really missed. Will's gift demonstrates how attentively he's been listening to her, remembering details that others might overlook, like Patrick, who earlier gifted Lou a necklace that felt impersonal and disconnected from Lou's identity, highlighting the emotional difference between the two relationships and reinforcing Will's deeper understanding of her character. By the end of the film, spoiler, Will has passed, we see Lou wearing her stripy tights in Paris. Wearing Will's gift and having his letter in her hand, we understand that she's keeping him very close to her heart, while also honoring his wish for her to pursue her dreams. This film is heartbreaking and has so many great performances and of course great costumes. The entire time I was looking back at these costumes and revisiting this film, I kept thinking that Lou would 100% be best friends with Jess from New Girl. Jess is like a slightly more toned down version of Lou, but I think they would would be great friends. Thank you so much to Azur or Azure for recommending this film, and if there's a film that you want me to analyze, leave it down in the comments below. I'll add it to my running list. Please like and subscribe to help keep the momentum of this channel going, and thank you as always for your kind words and your support. Bye.